Greetings, everybody. Greetings. We are live. We were just doing a little warm up, guys. There's those people that are watching live on Facebook and YouTube going, what the hell? Yeah, you're right. Tuesday, the 25th of Jan, and we are live on the Simply Together show. As you know, we pack it. As always, with a couple of awesome guests. We have the magnificent Anita Powell in the room, in the house. Woo, woo. Give it up. And we also have the amazing Verona White. So, woo! Greetings, Angel. As I said, guys, we're live. The comments will come up in the chat, and also Shelley, who's producing today, will put those on there as well. Greetings, Shantae. Greetings, everybody out there. Please, as always, we say share, and you'll understand why, because there's always awesome messages. So, Shell, I'm going to hand over to you, because I do believe you're going to have a chat. I think I know that lady as well. What's her name?
I don't know. It does say Anita, yeah.
Yeah. We're going to dip out for a moment, Verona, while they have a chat. Yeah.
I'll pop you on. What is it? Well, hello, Anita.
Hello. Oh, I've got to put on my very sophisticated words. Hello.
Hello. I was trying to think the other day how long it's been since you've been part of one of our shows, because you do quite a few different bits, and we've had you on our community Zooms and whatever else and everything else. But today, I want to know how on earth that you managed to get involved with what I've been sent of what you're going to be talking about. Was it something to do with this Samson's Academy?
Yes. Well, they actually employ me. They pay me. Yay! So I'm the community engagement advocate. It's a part-time role. And my aim as part of doing this job is really to give, not only to engage with people, but to also give people a voice. That's where the advocacy comes as part of it. So it's a new role which has been created by Samson's Academy. So I'm the first person in it. So we're still forming the character of the job. But really it's about giving a voice, not just about engagement, but giving people their stories a voice. I suppose it's what you do, because you do advocacy really, about empowering people through their own voices, as well as giving people the opportunity to reflect on their life and then discuss it, which is, I see that as a form of advocacy.
Yeah. Because it's something that very much like ourselves, that you're very much into the community and you're doing lots of different things. And then to all of a sudden, as you look at it, when it gets sent to you, that's sort of Samson's Academy, looking online, I've got at the top of the live, you'll have all the links and everything to all the different websites and bits. But I've also got you scrolling across the bottom there. To look at it, I mean, I've got in my family history of boxing being great for giving someone like stability back. It's something to do with having the discipline, having something to strive for.
Yeah.
And looking at your website and stuff, it's more than just a boxing gym or a gym in general. That you've got this community side. So by the time I read that, and it was then kind of like, now I can see how Anita's got involved with all
it's a charity, you see. So
yeah.
So it's the first charity in the UK that's also a boxing gym. So it's part of the engagement for certain groups. And there's another side which they call the heart of the gym, which is about working with, so we work with the homeless. We work with LGBTQ plus community. We're doing mentorship programs. We're working with people around mental health. So it's part of the engagement for some groups, and some groups it's just not. We're just engaging directly with them, and that's where I come in, because I work with everyone.
It was just amazing. I do say to everyone, please do have a look up on the website, because as you say, quite a lot of boxing gyms, it's not a charity, it's a business, and yours being the only charity and getting everything together as one, I think is absolutely fantastic. I mean, because I'll say, like, my dad and his brothers way back, I mean, because they would be in their 80s now, as children, because my granddad was bringing them up on their own. He wanted something to give them stability. He wanted them something to, because you've got so much energy and stuff, to put it into boxing. And then my cousins now run boxing gyms. So I can see that part of it, of being a fantastic way of release, a way of getting people to talk. And then to have you, like, they'll come up and sort of with it being a charity, I think is absolutely fantastic. Are you based, as Steve was just then pointing out, are you based just in Bedford?
We are based in Bedford, but some of our future projects will go beyond Bedford. So the academy, over the next few years, just watch this space. So our plans of doing all kinds of things will go beyond our current location. Yeah, I know, it's exciting, isn't it? It's exciting.
All I can see is Dee's now taking all this information in. I can see her off a screen on my screen. But yes, yeah, that sounds absolutely fantastic. So you could be a Bedfordshire wide that then turns into something even bigger. You franchise and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that some of the services we do, or some of the, because we're not just a gym, it's also about supporting the community. And one really good thing about Substance Academy, compared to other charities, is that the people who work within it, the trustees, all the stories of our support, the people we support, resonates with everyone. Because very often trustees, there is very much a them and us type scenario, if you know what I mean. The people who are there have never experienced the struggles of the people who they serve. Wow. Whereas actually all the trustees come from environments where they have experienced some of the things that we deal with, or it resonates within their family. With regards to the age groups, it depends on the different projects we do. So one of the projects we've got called Band of Brothers, that's about, it's a men's mental health program. So it's for adult men. As long as they're an adult, they can participate. And it's about creating a space in male spaces, such as gyms, barbershops, rugby clubs, things like that, creating a space where men can talk, and getting on board organisations, partnering with organisations, businesses that actually create space where it's okay for men to talk to men about men's issues, and it's just okay. And as part of that project, we are going to be putting on 3 events. Because of COVID, loads of men are struggling, and suicide and mental health statistics, as you know, is just rocketing. So we just want to create that space which is male driven. So I'm talking about it, I'm not part of the delivery. We're allowing men to talk to men. Yeah,
I think it's something that we do. I mean, we put on International Men's Day, and we've put it on, but we want to step back. We want the men to take over and do what they need to do. But yeah, that's, I mean, like, mental health thing. And as Dee's just then said there, and I was thinking along the same lines, that we've got the Time to Talk Day coming up on the 3rd of Feb. That's run by Mind, and we think mental health illness, and we're changing our community Zoom to be one of those events, especially for Time to Talk. And it's so much has gone on with whether people have liked being in COVID and being away because they prefer being at home, not talking to anyone. Now you're kind of coming back out, or vice versa. You've got people that didn't want to be at home and been told to stay at home, and that's then caused all like their sort of anything to do with mental illness. And people don't realise just how much a little thing can make a big thing, and you haven't realised it. It's not until someone actually speaks to you and says, actually, do you think that could be? And then you think, oh, right, okay, yeah. So, yeah, to get men to talk, yes, we do kind of like know that it can be difficult for them, but to give them that space and to give them that backup, I suppose, to give them something is fantastic. Where gyms and things where it's just a natural time for them to talk is fantastic as well.
Yeah. I mean, also what we're also doing as part of the gyms, we're creating a QR code. So even if they don't want to talk, when they're in a male space, they can scan the QR code on their phone, and loads of information about men's mental health and who to contact appears on their phone.
Oh,
so that gives them a way to connect really with that conversation of their own mental health. And we're trying to kind of get rid of that stigma. I mean, like the comedy show thing, we're looking for artists that can bring something to the table, and men just feel comfortable kind of in a space where they, even if they don't want to talk about it then, scan the QR code and talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for.
I think I suppose some people out there might find it difficult to then say, oh, a comedy club and mental health, how can you do that? But it's like you have to release that stigma. You have to just talk about it naturally in everyday life. And people don't sort of like then don't realise that you can make a joke about your own mental health or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a joke about mental health. Just a space where men are hanging out, and the comedian comes and makes them laugh. But then also you then have a few conversations where you might get, we're going to try and get people professional there as well. So it's, while they're in that comfortable mood and everyone's in that space, it's not like they're having to be taken away. Everyone's in that space for a comedy night. So we're hoping it just kind of lowers the obstacles to accessing good support.
Well, we've got someone that might then want to help. So hi there. So do you offer counselling support too?
Okay, so Samson Academy, we've got loads of things going on. So if I could just quickly scan through some of the things which are relevant. So we had one project which we're hoping to run again, but we won, I think, third place. We did win third place for the National Lottery for this project, and it was called All Sorts. So All Sorts was a project targeted at LGBTQ plus community, young people, and it offered support, discussion and counselling for young people who are dealing with the LGBTQ. I mean, that's something you wouldn't expect from a boxing club, would you?
No.
And also the clientele, the community that we work with, if they are having that struggle, normally you wouldn't, they're there for the boxing, or they're there because they know someone. And then there's also a poster which says that they can be supported. And some of these people normally wouldn't have access at all to those types of things. So we work very much with ethnic minority groups. We work very much with working class groups. So we won third place by National Lottery. Also, we've got 100 women and 100 men mentor project that we're at the moment, we're recruiting mentors at the moment. And what we want is people in the society to be mentors, people who actually look like the people who everyone comes across, but they can offer something to the young people that we work with. Because very often with certain types of organizations, the mentors they have in might not be from diverse groups, might not be from working class environments. They might have gone to universities. Sometimes a young lad, say for instance, or a young girl might need a mentor who's a plumber because they want to be a plumber.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Rather than
definitely, yeah. You've got to click with the person that you're either going to counselling with or you're mentoring with. You've got to have that click. You've got to have that resonance together.
Yeah.
Because the first thing you will then do is like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's easy to do, yeah.
So for the people that we work with, we hope that we are more accessible and we reflect their story more than most organisations, because they're very often some organisations do not look anything like the people who they serve, and that affects outcomes. It affects engagement, and sometimes deliverers can come across being patronising and not actually truly value the clients or the people they work with, because they don't feel, they feel above them in some way.
Yeah. I'm glad Cecile's kind of commented, because I was actually going to out her herself. Cecile is sort of obviously like our other director. She does a lot of work with that Trans Foundation, so I can see her being very involved. And of course, Dee and all of us, we will do anything we can that will get you mentors and things. So would they get in contact with you via your website or via you or an email address?
Have you got our website? Website's fine, because on our website we have our email address, which is like info@samsons-academy.org. But if you go to our webpage or our Facebook page, the website address is there, and then the contact details are there.
Right, cool. Yes, yeah. We've got the website as part of one of the links. So yes, yeah. So yes, we'll get. So is that the only help that you need? You want mentors at the minute? Have we got anything else that's then coming up that we need to help you with?
I'm trying to think at the moment. I think it's just kind of get to know us, really. If you're an organisation or an individual and you like what you hear, contact us, have a conversation. It could be that conversation leads to something. It could be just, we like to have conversations with anyone, quite frankly. Anyone who knows me, I'm at a bus stop. Hey, you darling, you all right? So yeah, just have a conversation.
Now everyone can now see why I said when it said Anita's coming on. So yeah, fine. Yep. What's the links that she wants to promote? And it was kind of a boxing gym. Oh no, now it all makes sense. How you've now got involved with everything you're then doing. But we'll make sure that we get all your details, and we will kind of get our own directory together anyway of what's going on locally. And I've got a few ideas that I'll send you some links to as well. To be able to put your charity onto websites and things as a directory of all the work that you're doing as well. So yes, definitely. I think like Dee's been jumping up and down. Everything that you've then been saying about mentorship and things, she's like, yes.
Well, thank you very much for giving me time. Thank you, Dee. Thanks, Shelley.
Yes, but yeah, all the details are on the top as well, so you could just click on all those links to find out more.
Okay,
that's just it. There's so many organisations that are doing things, and unless you do certain things, people would never know. People probably living in Bedford and have no idea, even though you're doing lots of promo and all of that, and still don't know the awesome work that you guys are doing. So thank you for coming on, Anita, and we'll be linking and supporting you as best we can. Excellent. Thank you so much. I now believe we've got guest number 2 in the wings, the lovely Verona White. Hi, Verona. How you doing, darling?
I'm good. I am feeling like really good.
Splendid.
I'm exciting about 2020 and all things good. Yeah, but it's nice to see you again.
I know. Do you know what? I was thinking, do you know what? It's probably been about a year since you were on my show. It was January. I'm sure it was the first show.
Over a year. Because I remember the last time I came on your show, I was actually in the middle of COVID. I had COVID when I came on your show.
Yeah.
So it was a bit like, but I feel great. I actually feel great, So.
And looking great also. We were just saying beforehand, because I was saying, because remember, we're beaming out to the thousands now, Verona. We're beaming out to the thousands.
Wow.
And I was just saying how I've been out this morning, been out for a walk and my legs feel like lead. And then I remembered last year, do you remember I was saying, last year, I don't know what time it was, but you were kind of doing lives and you were out and you were walking, and I'm like,
yeah. And we're still doing it. You know, I'm not doing it as much because I'm more in the gym, but yeah, we still have challenges where I get everybody, you know, you got to go out for at least an hour doing something each day. It's good for your physical health, your mental health, everything. So yeah, we're on it.
fabulous, fabulous. So there's masses out there, you know, Verona, have got no idea. There's this lovely lady that's just popped on the screen. It says her name's Verona White. We've got no idea who she is, what she does, don't know anything about you. So share, darling, share.
Right. So as everybody see, I'm Verona White, and I'm a hairdresser. I've been one. This is my 30th year of being in the hair industry. I've done so much. I'm excited about the industry. I'm the CEO of a group called Afro Hair Growth Challenge. I'll tell you more about why I called it that. I've written a book about DIY recipes for curly Afro hair, and me and my cousin are in the middle of writing a children's book on children loving their hair. So yeah, kind of busy at the moment, but yeah, I'm just loving what I do. And I think in my 30th year, I'm releasing everything I've learned over the years, from wig making when I went to China, to India, to Italy, to teach people how to make them properly in a professional manner. I'm releasing a lot of things and teaching the youth to actually learn what I learn and give them the shortcut way. So yeah, that's
it. It's a case of passing, isn't it? We have to pass on.
Absolutely.
We don't take it with us. We have to pass on.
No, we have to go. There's this man that you know, I listen to. He's a pastor, and he always says, when you go, you must go empty everything, because I believe that we're all on this earth. Yes, it's great, we do great things, but pass it on, especially to the youngsters, so they can make it even better than you did it. So I've been doing that over the years. I've had salons and I've trained people, but I'm going to be intentional. And I would say to anybody from, like, probably your late 30s, 40s, 50s, pass it on. Not only can you make a course out of it, an income, but you can mentor these people who think, oh my goodness, I have young girls, I just want to be a hairdresser, I want to be a celebrity hairdresser. But then I give them the down low of all of it, and they're like, right, okay, it requires work. But yeah, I just think it's
Verona, you just said, sorry to interrupt you, you just said a celebrity.
Oh, well,
you never mentioned that before. The guys out there going like,
yeah.
Let's name drop. We've got to do a bit of that. We've got to. Come on. These guys think that lovely lady, she does hair, very nice. Clap, clap, clap. We need to. Come on. This is a platform.
Right. I mean,
watching. Come on.
My clients, I've been doing them, goodness, probably over 20 years in and out. I do like people. Well, Michelle Gale, she was my first celebrity client, and Shaznay Lewis. I've done Katie Price a few times. Gosh, I've worked on Channel 4 with T4. People like June Sarpong, and different people. I've met Audley Harrison. There's lots. I mean, once you're there, people kind of recommend you to they're friends, you know, because it's kind of like a trust thing, and you just build relationships. So yeah, I'm loving what I do. Absolutely loving it.
So I've met you, not in person. That's going to come. Don't worry, that is
Oh,
going to come. But this
absolutely.
is kind of, I know Cecile, fantastic. This is via Zoom, and you're just so grounded.
Well,
So how are you staying grounded with all what's going on? To be 30 years in this industry, and you know,
yeah,
you've only listed some of those famous clients that because I know you've worked with much more. How are you
yeah,
just
work with a lot more, but you know, I come from a family where, you know, we're all, you know, we do well in what we do. I was brought up by a fantastic, you know, mom who grounded us. We, you know, we went to church, and there's certain values that she put in us. Um, no matter what, you know, God gives, God takes away. Stay humble and stay real, because yes, you know, we can say the word celebrity, but you know, the biggest thing is God. You know, the biggest thing is God, who controls everything, as we can see, you know, through the pandemic. And you know, I think what we have to focus on is what we're doing, learning to get that to a perfect state, and not look at the things around what's happening and how people see you, but do the best that you can do, and be real with everyone, because the cameras are great, TV interviews are great, but if you're not humble within yourself, then who are you? You've got to know, and you lose yourself. So it's important to have, like, you know, I've just got some fantastic, like, real grounded friends
yeah,
around. You know, that's your circle is so important, and you eliminate what's not good for your peace, your soul, you know, all things like that. Like, you know, I have like Trisha Goddard, who, you know, a lot of people know, and we've become like best friends, like best friends. And she's great in everything what she does, but she remains humble, real, and it is what it is. Let's just go. So yeah, I would say is surround yourself with just people who are like-minded, people who you want to aspire to be like, and then the rest, you know, it will come. You know, fame is not something where, oh my goodness, I just want to be on TV. People recognize you for what you're doing, how effective you are. And yeah, that's it really. But yeah, God first in my life, God first. So yeah, that's it.
absolutely incredible. So for those that are wondering, this young lady, your details are going across the screen. Tell us about the challenge. Tell us a bit more about that, and
Right,
what
okay.
you've launching something now. You're doing
Now
something
it's
now,
time.
aren't you?
Afro Hair Growth Challenge. We've got about 8,000 members. We've got a private group, and we've got an open group on Facebook, where we talk about everything to do with your hair, whether it's your hairline, whatever hair, whatever you want to talk about, then we're there. I do lives, you know, I talk about different things, products, what's good, what's not good, your type of your hair, how to handle your hair. Yeah, so, and then I set challenges like every month. We have a website where we have products from shampoos right to moistures to, you know, silk pillowcases, you know, we've got it there. Yeah, so that's that in a nutshell. And I have a wig making course, which is a protective style that's coming out. As I said, I've taught in India and China, and they're like multi-millionaires through this course. So we'll do it. You know, I'm actually teaching that now. So if they contact me either through web email or if they go on the page, then they'll see the poster. And yeah, but this year it's all about I'm releasing, and I am just letting people just know that they too can do it.
Absolutely fabulous. Is Shelley and Anita, if they're still around? Oh my God, Verona, you are amazing. Frankie has joined. Greetings, Frankie, and everybody else who's watching us
Frankie,
live.
yeah, Frankie said keep
Oh, he certainly is. He certainly is. What do you do, or what are you currently doing just to keep yourself well, Verona? What are you doing?
Oh, well, you know what? I do arts. You know, this is some of my artwork. That's my therapeutic ground, which I started just before your show actually started. Now I've got about 50 paintings where I've got to find what I'm doing to it.
Oh, wow.
I listen to music. You know, we're a musical family. Love, 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 love music. I say go for walks, and again, you know, got great friends. But yeah, I tend to keep myself occupied, because mental health, which, you know, I wish Nita was coming on, especially with men. I've got 5 brothers, and I've got one brother who had an accident and it just left his mental health not intact. I've got a son, and men do need to talk, you know, and I just think it's a great thing that she's doing in terms of getting men through their sports, because men, they love their sports and they're rough and tumble. But sometimes I don't know where and why this has come. It's kind of an ego things that I don't want to talk. And it only becomes when it's the last stage of things happening, we're thinking, where did that come from? So, as I said, as I'm an elder sister to, you know, my brothers, and it's important that men reach out and they just have that one somebody who they can just say, just be themselves and just relax with. So I just think it's an absolutely amazing thing that she's doing. Yeah, so that's that. But thank you for having me.
No problem. You're going to be back. Don't you worry.
Oh.
We're going to get you back in some shape or form. There's lots that we're going to be doing in 2022. So thank you so much, Verona, for sharing. Your details are on the screen. So anybody wanting more information, please reach out to Verona and also to Anita as well. If you missed any of the details, please contact us at Simply D's events, where we will certainly pass that information on if required. What I think we're at the end of the show, Shell. We are. Yeah. We are. Now, there's no way that we can go without you're thinking like yes. So last week, Wednesday, 19th, we gave birth to this book. When I say we, the royal we, because there are 23. There are 23 of us. There are 3 men, 20 ladies who have literally shared. The book's called Life Out of Lockdown 2021 Beyond Closed Doors. And we've got a chapter each, and you literally dip into our lives for a very brief period of what we wanted to share during some of that time during lockdown. So this is available live. This is available now on Amazon. Obviously, if you want a signed copy, please DM us for more information. And obviously, if you missed, because really it'd be best to read book 1. This is Behind Closed Doors. So this is when lockdown literally March to May 2020, and we didn't know what was going on. We've shared 17 of us are back in this book and to follow us, and we've got some new people that we've met along the way. So life in a out of lockdown is now available on Amazon. DM for more information and for your signed copies. Book launch coming soon. International Women's Day coming soon, and a whole heap more. So for now, Shell, anything more you want to say?
That's okay. Someone just came to the door and the dog was going absolutely mental.
Oh, bless you. So for now, that's it from us, Simply Together Show, and we will be back next week. Greetings, Leash.
Bye.
All right, see you guys soon. Okay, if you could stay for just a moment, Verona, because